was set, that fire started. We call this the free burning phase right now. Just prior to the free burning phase is the incipient phase. These are the phases of fire. Some facts about fire. It doubles in size every minute. Fire sprinklers keep fires in check, and they actually cause less damage than you would think. And we'll talk about that in a minute when we get to the sprinkler room. Well, right now, what we're looking at is temperatures up at the ceiling level of about 500 degrees or so. So when we talk about stay low and go, you can see if you look down towards the floor, you could crawl, it's not too terribly hot, and you could get out of the house quickly. If you notice that smoke detector went off immediately. You guys have to remember that 80% of fires occur in the home. 80% of fires. That's a very big staggering number. So what we're talking about now is less than 1 minute time. We have temperatures at the ceiling over 1,000 degrees. That heavy smoke is rolling over. Free burning phase has started. In just a minute or so, flashover is going to occur. Right now, things are being built with petroleum products. Things are being made with petroleum products that will allow fires to burn faster and quicker than they ever did before. If you take a look at the ceiling level now, there are flames through the entire ceiling, and we now have flashover occurring. Flashover is a state where the entire room is engulfed into flames, and not even firefighters in their gear can survive a situation like this. Over 1,500 degree temperatures. Ladies and gentlemen, the timer for this fire was 1 minute and 35 seconds. It used to be where you had almost 17 minutes to get out of a house with the old products that were built and put into houses. Right now, what you're looking at is 3 minutes to get out of a house. Flashover occurs in less than 3 minutes, more than 90% of the time in fires that have flashed over. You guys can probably feel the heat already coming from the outside of that building, and this is just an 8-foot by 8-foot room with some furniture in it. So this is a very, very critical concept to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that when that smoke detector sounds, you need to get out of the house. Lots of times people want to say, oh, I'll check and see what it is. If you see or smell smoke and your detector's going off, don't take a look and see what it is. Get out of the house and call 911. You always call 911 from a neighbor's house, never from your own. Once you are out of the house, you never, ever go back in, because you can see what can happen in just 3 minutes' time. So at this point, this room is fully engulfed. This house, by the time we get there, when you call 911, we make it to your house in 6 minutes, 90% of the time. Imagine what this fire is going to look like in 6 minutes. Your entire house is going to be fully engulfed. You're going to have damage in excess of the value of your home, and most likely that home is going to be a total loss. Now, if you take a look, the firefighters take the hose line, they open up the nozzle. We start from the top, work our way down. When we see the white smoke, that means we've got conversion, that we're starting to get that fire brought under control. Doesn't mean the fire has been stopped, it's just that we have gained an advantage on the fire. Firefighters are going to advance a little bit closer, they're going to hit some of the hot spots, and once we get done with both of these scenarios, we'll let you actually come up close and personal and see where the burning occurs and what kinds of things happen. Just from looking at these rooms right now, you can see some of the drywall, which was wet, is already torn away. These nozzles are expelling about 250 gallons per minute of water. 250 gallons per minute. Remember that number, because we're going to talk about some gallons per minute when it comes to sprinklers in just a few minutes. So if we flow that hose line for just 2 minutes inside of your house at your fire, we've gotten rid of 500 gallons per minute inside of your house. Not only do you have fire damage, you have some pretty significant water damage. So that's what we've got to do to make sure that fire is extinguished. Those nozzles work at a pressure of 100 pounds per square inch, so there's a little bit of pressure that comes out of there, and that's why you see the drywall gets blown through just with the use of the nozzle. So we've got the fire extinguished. Let's give our Citizen Fire Academy members a big round of applause. That hose company of 4 that's being led by our lieutenant, less than 3 months ago, had no idea how to wear fire gear, had no idea how to work a nozzle. So they're doing a good job here, and we got to give them a big round of applause for spending their Monday nights from 6 to 10 p.m. doing all the stuff that firefighters do and learning the ropes. now if you direct your attention over to the room on the right, this is our fire sprinkler protected room. So we talked about gallons per minute a few minutes ago. These nozzles flow about 250 gallons per minute. If you protect your home with a sprinkler, which currently there is no ordinance in Naperville that requires sprinklers in the home. It is an optional concept. Businesses are required to have sprinklers at 5,000 square feet or more, and they are required to have fire alarm